Hello, good morning, and good afternoon, my fellow vault dwellers and wandering raiders of Appalachia. My name is Josh, and welcome back to another episode of Dead Men Streaming. I am back with the weekly and daily challenges for July 8th, 2025. Hopefully you made it through the July 4th weekend with all of your fingers and or other limbs attached, because this week's challenges are by and large fairly straightforward with the exception of a couple. All right, as always, my score is boosted. I have Fallout first. It comes with the territory. I'm also over rank 100, so one challenge I have is going to be different than one of the challenges you might have, and that is repeatable at rank 100 or above. If you are at rank 100 or above, you'll get the option to complete a public event for bonus score, 3 in a row or 3 in general, and it's an extra 375 in the point bank. If you are under rank 100, farm EXP. No, seriously though, if you're under rank 100, you gain a score like 120 something per 10,000 EXP you earn. It is what it is. All right, so let's get straight to it. Build turrets or traps in a workshop or camp. I don't know what to tell you. Go to a workshop, go to a camp, build turrets and traps. Cheap ones, the cheapest ones you can find, build them, and they count towards that. You can knock this one out in about 25 seconds. Moving on from there, catch a fish. Technically, you're catching 21 fish, and that can be any fish, anywhere, for any reason. However, my recommendation for the month of July is to come down here somewhere in, I don't know, the ash heap, such as the camp area that I have set up at Ash Lake, where there's a giant lake that's toxic. Go here and fish to your heart's content. Why do I suggest a camp in the ash heap? Well, it's because that is where this month's axolotl appears. I have a love-hate relationship with axolotls. Up until last year, I thought they were mythical creatures. Yep, that tells you how much time I spend on the computer. So, with that said, keep that in mind. That's where this month's axolotl is. In the ash heap in general, I may or may not have already caught mine on the third reel I cast this month. But if you're still missing yours, go there. But all told, catch 21, and don't forget to do the fishing daily. Don't forget to mulch your fish and turn them into fish bits, and then turn them into the giant, hungry, semi-sentient crab monster to gain legendary weapons. And armor, too, for that matter. And plans, I think. All right, collect a teapot. Teapots can be found in a variety of locations, including but not limited to the Palace of the Winding Path up here to the far north, where you will find 5 easily. However, keep in mind this is a non-instance zone, and you may have to fight other people to get them before they grab them first. However, if you would like to try a new place, something that I'm going to recommend, this is a partially instanced, partially not, you should hop down to Rapidan Camp. And while you're down here, look for the brown house. It's the big house. It's brown. I can't really describe it much more than that. It is an instanced interior, and inside it you will find a lot of stuff. You'll find teapots, you'll find ceramic, you'll find glass, you'll find board games, you'll find the ever so popular, currently needed salt. You'll even find some sugar, a bunch of stuff in that instance camp. It is a great spot to go to if you need weird and random things or very specific things. But check it out. You won't be overly disappointed. Plus, there's also a lake right there. You can fish for stuff in Skyline Valley should you happen to need it still. Addition. Then, complete daily operations on a public team. Now, just remember, because it says public team doesn't mean you actually have to join with people. So if you can solo daily ops, just start a team and then go in and solo it. And if somebody else comes in, cool. If they don't, no big loss. Just do it that way. Craft bulk aluminum. Straightforward. Go to a tinkerer's workbench, craft 3 bulk aluminum, and then scrap it and put it back in your scrap box. Kill a canine. I do not like this one. For one, not a huge fan of killing puppies. For two, canines are one of those things where they're everywhere, but they're nowhere when you need them. My suggestion is to re-roll that challenge. My other suggestion is to keep an eye up at Tyler County Fairgrounds, where you'll find the event called Leader of the Pack, which will spawn an obscene number of wolves that you have to track down throughout the area. You can also find some spawning on a regular basis at Aaronholt Homestead. In addition, you can track down a few somewhere between the Overseer's Camp, the Wayward, and somewhere else. In this general area, they're on the road. Or am I thinking over? No, I'm definitely thinking over here, leading all the way down the Flatwoods. On this road, you'll find some. You'll also find a handful located over at Sylvie and Sons Logging Camp. Then you can find mutant hounds located in the General Steakhouse, West Tech Research Center, the outside and the back of West Tech Research Center. You can find even more at Huntersville, more super mutants, and basically anywhere super mutants are a problem, including in some daily ops. However, oh, you can also find them at the event Primal Cuts, depending on which Primal Cuts you go to. But don't ask me which one, because honestly, I don't remember. So you can pick up 30 just by doing daily stuff. But it's just a minor pain in the fusion core. Speaking of pains in the fusion core, kill a Mirelurk. Oh, out of 30. All right, now on this one, places to find Mirelurks. Again, I'm probably rerolling the challenge. But you can track down Mirelurks around the Ohio River Adventures. You can find more down just below Lewisburg Station at Lake Reynolds. Then you can find some in the Uncanny Caverns. In addition to that, you can pick up a bunch at Sunrise Field and Quarry X3. If you prefer to aim a little bit further north, though, you can pick up a few, believe, in the Highland Marsh. Or you can also keep your eyes open for the Mirelurk event in and around Grafton Dam, Grafton Steel, this general area. Uh, Forget what it's called. Plus, you can pick up even more at the Heart of the Swamp event that takes place random spots over here in the mire. But again, might just be faster to re-roll it. Your luck is your luck. Scrap junk to produce silver. All right, so you need silverware, silver lockets, and things of that nature. My honest advice is to go in here to the White Springs station and run into it, and then actually enter it. And then once you do, go over to the White Springs station vendor. Take a look at his wares. Scroll down a little bit. Go to junk in specific. And if you'll look, you'll find things like silver bowls, silver forks, and silver pocket watches, among other silver items. They're not overly expensive. That's 4 pieces of silver. That's 5. That's another 4. So 4 plus 5 is 9. And there's 10. So you bought it for less than 200 caps, and you just have to scrap it to complete that weekly challenge. All right, scrap junk to produce wood. And one thing you can do is create bulk wood and scrap it. The other thing you can do is not care, because wood is going to be the most common part next to steel that you'll pick up when you're scrapping weapons located anywhere in the wasteland. So that one's fairly straightforward. All right. Then for the daily challenges for today, drink tea. Any tea will do. You know my preference is company tea, which you get from company tea machines, which you get from the Atom Shop. Whenever you see it up, I strongly recommend spending some atoms to pick it up. Catch a fish in the forest region. Okay, straightforward. Complete the event Graham's Meat Cook. This spawns at the top of the hour every hour. I strongly suggest you go there as soon as you see it pop up, because it is completed fairly quickly. Craft or scrap a piece of power armor. Either find power armor anywhere out in the world, or craft one at a power armor station and break it down. Or take a legendary power armor item you may find as a reward and scrap it. That counts. Cripple a ghoul's leg. Find a ghoul, shoot it in the leg. What more can I tell you? Kill insects. Oh, out of 5. Now look, this is, again, love hate. It's not difficult to find 5 insects because they're everywhere. It's difficult to find 5 insects at any one given location. That's where it's a little more annoying. You can find them in bathrooms all over 76. You can also find them in some of the Primal Cut events, including ones that spawn in the Ash Sheep, where you'll pick up cave crickets as one of the base creatures. If you are not feeling so lucky, head over to Dolly Sod's Wilderness. While you may pick up a Yao or two, you should find ample bugs. You can also pick them up at places like Southampton Estate, the Hunter's Shack, and I don't know, like lots of varied places. You can pick up some cockroaches over in Park, where you can also find a suit of power armor in the back if you are looking for a power armor frame, located in the middle in the former Raiders camp that has since been abandoned. All right, then scrap junk to produce steel. Straightforward as straightforward gets. Steel and wood are the most common things you get from scrapping weapons throughout the wasteland. So look for an event like Surface to Air, go flatten a bunch of Scorched. Um, Pick it up while you're shooting super mutants to kill their dogs. Any of the above will work just fine. If you're really desperate and kind of in a strange hurry and you can't find steel, just create bulk steel at a tinkerer's bench. Do it while you're doing aluminum. Knock out 2 birds with 1 relative stone and about 4 pieces of plastic. All right, so quick recap. Build turrets or traps in a workshop or camp. Go to a workshop or camp. Build 10 turrets or traps. Catch a fish, my suggestion. Aim for the ash heap until you get this month's axolotl. Collect a teapot, swing through the Palace of the Winding Path, or head down to the Rapidan camp and pick it up. Complete daily operations on a public team. Don't know what to tell you. Craft bulk aluminum. Craft 3 bulk aluminum. Kill canines. Again, look for the event leader of the pack. Look for any wild mongrel horde events, or look for a handful of the primal cuts which do spawn dogs. Pay a visit to West Tech, pay a visit to Huntersville, pay a visit to the General Steakhouse. Anywhere where super mutants are, you will find more hounds to kill. Then moving on from those, kill Mirelurks. Again, Query X3, Sunrise Field, Uncanny Caverns, Lake Reynolds, Ohio River Adventures, the Mirelurk event that spawns up in here, and the other Mirelurk event with Strangleheart that spawns over here. And then scrap junk to produce silver and wood. Wood, super easy. Just bulk it or scrap junk you find throughout the wasteland because wood is everywhere. And then for silver, buy from the White Springs Station vendor and then scrap it. Just like so. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Josh. You can find me in Fallout 76 under the name of... Where's the button for that? I don't actually know. Shows you how often I look at my name. Under the name of Karen DeHawk. I am a PC player. If you're on Xbox, sorry. Complain. I'm complaining. Yeah, because my best friend in the world plays on Xbox, and I can't play with her, and it sucks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Josh. I do hope this guide helps. If it does, be sure to give me a like, follow, subscribe, shout out, whatever it takes. Give me that engagement, that precious, precious engagement, and wherever you go, whatever you do, however you do it well, have fun, and be safe out there. And I will see you all again next week.